Right then, I thought I'd just do an update on what I'm up to with my 6cm dish project. I think some of you saw the 6cm dish at the Midlands Round Table, quite a big 4-foot dish. And as much fun as standing around in the rain trying to pan the thing is, I thought it might be nice to be able to sit in the car and pan the dish remotely. So I've bought myself a stepper motor with a gearbox, machined up a nice clamp to bond a big Mod 4 cog to the gearbox output shaft, and driving the whole thing off a little Gecko drive stepper motor driver with an Arduino sitting on a COM port to chat to it. The Arduino just takes in commands about what angle you want it to go to and setting the speeds and stuff, and reports back where it is to whatever's talking to it. It also has things like it's got a bit of EEPROM, so it remembers where it last was if it loses power, etc. So that's the hardware-y bit. That's going to be bolted to the dish, and I'm going to make up a big 320mm diameter cog bolted to the tripod itself for this to drive against. I'll just cut that out on my CNC router and in 6mm aluminium, and that should be okay. So that's the hardware-y sort of end, and I've done a bit of software to go with it. So there's the usual thing. You can pan left and right, which causes the thing to pan left and right, etc. Or you can go to a specific angle, like 60 degrees, and it'll go to that heading. And that seems to work quite well. Or you can click on I've got a list of call signs and their locator. There's a thing in here to set where your location currently is. So you can set your location, and just clicking on one of the call signs in the list will cause it to go to, and it pans around and does its thing. So that bit works, and you can do all the usual things. You can add a new call sign to the list, or edit a call sign or whatever, and it'll do all those things. And you can even, if you've got the if you think you're on bearing to someone but you need to wiggle a bit, I say you can either pan it, or you can just use the mouse wheel to just use the mouse wheel to pan it around, and that works as well. And this thing also has a little web server in it listening for commands, and I can pull up any of these off my KST web app, which I know some of you use for chatting with KST. You can pull up any, if it detects there's a rotator connected on the machine, there's another little dot, another little icon appears, and you can send that person's locator and call sign, etc. to the rotator. Added to the rotator, that was M5 BFL, whoever he is. And let's pull up the rotator, and it should be at the bottom of the list. M5 BFL. Double click it, and it points at him. So I've got that going. So that's this is all in the GUI is all in Python. I think there's about 1,500 lines of it somehow. Yeah, there's loads of it. And the Arduino sketch for the is obviously in C for the hardware. The actual transverter itself, I'll get out of the light. This is something bought off late Bob GDZ's estate, which I'm sorting out and he just had it as an LNA and power amp up a mast, but this is going to be mounted on the back of the dish, and I'm putting the my DB6NT transverter in it, and probably an Anglian 2m to 28 megs, so it'll come transverter as well, so it'll come out of this box on 28 megs and deliver. There's filters, and there's a DB6NT LNA and relays and all the rest, and this thing takes in 48 volt power through a Meanwell power supply to deliver 12 volts to the power amp, which delivers about 20 watts. So this is all 48 volt powered. which I think is a better option because it gives you, there's a proper power supply in there, so even if there's a bit of voltage drop on the cable, it doesn't matter. And I've purchased a honking great big 5 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery to power the whole thing. This will go in a plywood box with some breakers in the back of the car, and distribute 48 volts to my other dish projects. I'm going to get I think the 3 SEMS and 9 SEMS rigs will be all converted to take 48 volts. I think that'll be a good compromise. So yeah, so that's all going ahead. Hopefully ready for this year's 6 centimetre contests. So yeah, there we go. See you again.